come. But before we get into the brackets, let's run the introductions. It's your girl Flexus back at it again on mic, and I'd like to welcome, please, Mr. Mustafa Lees. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, thank you so much. I'm doing great. Really happy to be here as always. You know, I was just thinking to myself the other day that it seemed like the opportunities that I had come by for commentary had kind of slowed down a little bit. I was like, man, it's a bit of a bummer. And then out of nowhere, you know, Via hit me up and was like, hey, Wednesday Night Fights? And I was like, yeah. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you've got an event on Saturday, and then I've got an event on Sunday. So nevertheless, happy to fit in Wednesday Night Fights into the schedule, always. And we've got a super exciting bracket coming up tonight.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, we were just talking before the stream went live that we've got some familiar faces that have really interesting character choices that are gonna make the bracket pretty exciting. So on winner's side, we've got Chris CCH, you know, the Seth, Sakura, newly sponsored by UYU recently. JB, who is recently a free agent, most likely rocking Rashid. We've got Nephew versus Mira. What do we have on loser's side, Flexus?
Yeah, so we have got Blardlad, you know, nobody new to top 8 for sure, versus Clegg Madness, who I know a couple of weeks back brought out the jury and placed second in Wednesday Night Fights. And to round things out, the man returning with a vengeance, Corey Bell, facing off against Luigi. So it's definitely going to be a great tournament. But you know what else is great, Mr. Mustopheles? Checking out that Matcherino. Make sure you guys go check it out. You guys can go to this updated link here. Twitch wants to yell at me, but point being, you can go check out the updated link. Please go use the coupon code WNF2021_16SFV. Yeah, those links unfortunately are not updated, but this one might be.
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go.
And just a reminder, guys, that is a free 50 cents if you use that promo code to the prize pool. We're already at $52, which is a pretty decent start for the night. You know, we've got a couple hours ahead of us, so surely we can bump that up. And then, of course, there are sponsor requests and ways to donate directly. But then before we get into the matches, another thing that I'd like to talk about is MetaView. They have been kind enough to partner with Wednesday Night Fights over the past, like month and a half, 2 months now. And they are daily curating different esports clips, whether it is from Counter-Strike, whether it's from League, whether it's from Smash, whether it's from Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. They cover it all. And they were kind enough to reach out and offer a partnership specifically with Wednesday Night Fights to have a weekly playlist for us. So you can download that on the iOS store, just MetaView, or go to the website if you are an Android user. There is not only a wait list, but you can just watch it straight from your browser at metaview.gg. And again, that will be updated daily with new content for you to watch.
Yeah, so a lot of exciting stuff, but we've got content for you to watch right now. We're going to get right into it coming up. Now, the bracket's interesting. We've got a Nephew back in top 8 here. You know, he won last week with Rose, which was really exciting because she had just been released, a day or two prior. So Nephew must have been grinding it out, knew that she was coming out, did the work, put in studying, and was able to actually take it in top 8 and all the way up to grand finals, taking the entire tournament, which really, really impressive feat. Not just, you know, winning Wednesday Night Fights, but also with such a new character in the roster. So I'm curious to see if he's going to bring that out again, or if we're going to, you know, see something else change, or if we're not even going to see him make it too far in the bracket. I don't want to put commentator's curse. We might see him though, but we'll find out here.
The bad voodoo on him.
Oh no. Watch. He's gonna be like, damn it, Plexus. Plexus put the curse on me. Yeah. But we're gonna get right into it here. We got Chris CCH busting out the Sakura versus JB with the Rashid. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get right into this. So right off the bat, catching up a little bit here, we're looking at a 50% life lead for Chris CCH there, but right back at you with a big whiff punish from JB, sending him back to the other side of the screen and taking control past the midpoint.
Yeah, JB really keeping this pressure, going to walk him into the corner, going in with the throw, and going to kind of maintain this pressure. Again, walking back here. Beautiful, beautiful check.
Okay, now backing off, and this is where Rashid really shines. He's so good at caging you in the corner with the way his buttons are, the way he can kind of harass with spinning mixer, the way he can mix you up with the whirlwind pressure. He has a lot of different things to make you think about how he's going to approach, and you get scared trying to jump out. But there is the opportunity. Chris CCH taking it back with EXDP, and now fighting his way back to that thin blue line in the mid screen.
Yeah, really a lot of ebb and flow here, whether it's trading damage. That's going to do it for the first round, though, from Chris CCH. The thing I think that's a drastic difference between these two characters is Sakura definitely is going to put a lot more damage on the board versus Rashid. Although Rashid has a lot more pressure options, so you kind of have the give and get out of the situation. It's like you get to give a lot of pressure, but in return you don't get a lot of damage out of it, where it's vice versa with Chris CCH. Going in with a back throw, though, this is going to give him a great opportunity. That V shift out of the corner.
Yeah, that V-shift break was really important because not only did it let him reset to neutral, where Rashid is going to have a bit of an advantage. Not much. Sakura does have exceptional walk speed, exceptional dash speed, and that stand light kick. But we all know Rashid has that movement, that ability to move around the screen that basically every character struggles to deal with. So if you can reset back to neutral and it's successful and you get to keep half of your V-gauge anyways, that's a win for JB.
Oh, absolutely. But Chris CCH going to be starting in this round off with plenty of resources, missing the throw and the anti-air. JB going in back throw, keeping the pressure going. I like this confident kind of walk down, but not too close.
Okay, and there it is again. That's twice. He's already shown in the first game, excuse me, that he is willing to bust out with an EX, and we all know JB does that anyways, but representing that option early on is really important to setting the tone and how your opponent's going to try and approach things offensively. And look at that, there it is, the frame trap with the EX whirlwind shot. That's going to be enough to frame trap him, take the win, and JB goes up 1-0.
Yeah, it was really impressive. Again, I think JB really shows that Rashid has this excelled level of pressure that he's able to kind of maintain throughout the match. And you mentioned, you know, with Sakura, she's got great mobility going through, but we want to talk about mobility. Among one of the most mobile characters in the game, the ability to dash back and forth, the ability to close a very large gap and also get out of there. I think Rashid has great mobility as well.
Oh, so important. They're interrupting the delayed heavy whirlwind shot using that stand light kick at exceptional range. And now look at this, sitting at about a 25-30% life lead. Chris CCH is sitting pretty here, controlling the midpoint of the screen. And there it is again, checking him out of that pressure.
Yeah, it was really risky situation. They're going in with the activation, though, from JB, keeping this pressure going. I love the chase down. You know, he really proves the point that, hey, try and press the button, see what happens.
Oh, he stayed in front that time? Okay, man, he's got to worry, and he baits it out, taking advantage of the ants in the pants of Chris CCH. That is going to be enough for JB.
He's antsy in his pants. JB sitting on match point right now, looking to take it. But the thing I will say is Chris CCH has been having pretty solid answers to some of the mistakes JB's been making. Look at there again, great confirm. Send him into the corner, just a couple hits away from stun.
But this is the thing, right? Like Rashid has so many things to just approach you with that, like, even if you get the big life lead early on, it's really hard to close it out against him. And we've seen situations like this before against JB, and Chris CCH hasn't been able to do it. There he finally does, puts a round on the board, you know, trying to halt that momentum, but JB's still sitting at game point here.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Rashid in general as the character struggles when he has the pressure put on him. He does have a lot of mobility, but when you have a character that really is keeping you in check in the corner, it can be hard to find a way out without spending meter. But JB seen there out of the corner, got the Eagle Spike, looking to potentially activate.
Okay, forward throw. That's gonna do it, I think. Oh my God, that did a grip. Holy crap. Didn't even get the full animation, but she didn't need it. Chris CCH tossing one up on the board, tying it up one apiece. And now JB has to be careful here. This is one of those moments, where the pendulum can swing back in your opponent's favor. And if you don't have enough inertia to stop that and hold it in its place, it can get away from you before you even know it. And then you find yourself in the loser's bracket.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to make sure you maintain this momentum. It can be a really difficult thing when you It can be really difficult when you lose your momentum mid-match and you're trying to maintain it, especially as a character, Rashid. He's very momentum heavy.
Yes.
And I know too, JB can kind of struggle in that regard. So Christy C, it's a great first match, but already it seems like JB is kind of changing up his game plan, not letting those confirms happen.
Yeah, he's really picked a spot on the screen for him to harass from, going to a lot more in the way of pokes, not committing as much to whirlwind pressure because he was getting checked a lot in that situation. But speaking of checking the forward momentum, Chris CCH keeping him in the corner, and that is gonna be stun, and that is the round.
Absolutely. And that little extra DP to build some meter to send him in a nice comfy spot. Going in match point here for Chris CCH if he can take it. But JB again too, still one up on the board, so has the potential to bring it back, but we will have to see.
Yeah, what a turnaround too. It was really looking like JB was running away with this, but all it took was one opportunity from Chris CCH to get the ball rolling in his side of the court. And now he's running away with this. He's already at a 50% life lead, but there's a big crush counter activation, gonna get the corner. Oh no, he drops it.
Oh no, that is so unfortunate here. Talk about, again, the break in the momentum. This can really cost you the round. Going into the critical art confirm, this might do it. Nah, it's going to hurt. Yeah, it's still gonna hurt. That'll do it for sure. Gonna get hit with the low. Chris CCH taking it and moving on.
Yeah, just really textbook adaptation there. It didn't take much, right? And that's something that's really interesting to point out for the viewers. If you were to watch that first game, JB took it in such dominant fashion, had so much offensive momentum on his side. There was so much weight behind him, the way he was attacking. It really seemed like Chris was really put on the back foot, and it was like he didn't really have much of an answer, because there were moments where he had the life lead and then JB just stole it away from him. You know, he was able to get things rolling with Rashid, but he switched things up a little bit in neutral and started interrupting things enough to dissuade the way that JB wanted to approach. And that's all it took. And, you know, he really played Sakura's offensive game plan well, and that's why he was able to come back from that.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the big difference too between the two characters is Sakura does a lot of damage, so it doesn't take a ton of confirms to really dwindle down your opponent's life bar. So that's the other aspect that, you know, Chris CCH was able to rely on is, hey, I don't have to get every confirm, but if I can get just enough, then that's going to do it. And of course, too, Rashid doesn't have a ton of health in the world.
That's very true.
Yeah, so unfortunate there for JB. Gonna be bumped down though, down into loser side, so he's not down and out for the count just yet. He's still got at least one more round to keep kicking. But we are gonna move on to round out the rest of our winner side. We've got Nephew versus Mira.
Now this is gonna be this is a really interesting matchup. Not one that we see a whole lot, but both these players very, very strong. But I'm most interested to see who Nephew's going to use. You were mentioning at the top of the broadcast that, you know, he was able to win last week with Rose, and really that's just an exemplary look at how strong he is as a player. You know, the way that he's adapted himself from being just strictly a Colleen main to kind of a multi-character specialist. Is representative of how seriously he's taking his training when he's playing with Punk, because Punk's very much the same way, maybe on a bit of like a broader range, right? Basically anybody at a world-class level. From Nephew now, and so now, like you were saying, you know, the character been out for a couple days and he won Wednesday Night Fights with Rose. So are we going to see that come back? What is Mira going to pick? It should be a really good fight.
Absolutely. We know that Mira has a couple characters in her pocket. We know that she rocks Allura exceptionally well, but she also has a great Poison and Ibuki not too far behind. So, and the comparison I like to make with Rose coming into the roster, she's very similar to Poison in the ranges that she plays. She doesn't have as wide of a range as Dalsum, where she's able to zone out like Dalsum or like Minot, but I think she plays that mid-range like Poison does very, very exceptionally well. And she's got some funky tricks too that I really appreciate. That brings some new tools into the game. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, who Nephew decides to pick, if he's going to go with his Colleen or if he's going to bring out the Rose that got him that grand finals win last week. So it'll definitely be interesting. And I want to give a quick shout out. I know Valle is in chat, so big congratulations, the new baby. Everybody make sure to go congratulate Valle. Obviously he's not here tonight because he's celebrating, but much love to him and his family now. A huge congrats again. So
very exciting stuff. You know, I suspect over the next few weeks there will be a lot of beaming social media updates about how gorgeous the new daughter is.
Oh, absolutely. But talk about updates going into, we've got the match started. Nephew versus Mira,
and it is going to be the Colleen. You know, against a character like Laura that is so easy to let the match get away from you before you even know it, it makes sense to go with what you know. That way you can have the best opportunity to control things and not let that slip away. And also this could be a little more preemptive practice for NA West coming up.
Absolutely, yeah. With NA West in about 2 weeks, again, Nephew qualified last year, so you know, I expect that he's definitely going to do well this upcoming year. But I think Colleen's not a terrible choice either. She has some interesting options to get out of the out of sticky situations that Laura can put her in, especially with the new V shift ability here. But right now, Nephew locking Mira down in the corner, using that the standing kick to really
and that's so that was something you were touching on, right? Colleen having these options to deal with Laura, and you just have to think about it from a neutral aspect. So the way that Laura wants to get in, you know, she wants to use that long reach and that low forward, and also, you know, try and capitalize with random bolts to neutral and then throwing out the thunderclaps. Colleen has very strong, very decisive answers to all of those things. And so that means that Laura can't play her game plan the same way. And then on top of that, once you put her in the corner and knock her down, she struggles. And that's where Colleen excels.
Absolutely. Yeah, and not to mention too, when Colleen has meter, that puts her in a great advantage to close in a lot of distance or use some of the ice as a nice factor. Going in with the throw, again, huge life lead here, but it does not take a lot for Laura to bring that back. Kind of walking back here, expecting maybe to jump out. Ooh, but the confirm into the critical art. This is going to let Nephew take the first match.
Yeah, really quickly, and like it was weird. You know, it wasn't the type of round that you see from, you know, maybe a character like Laura, maybe a character like Ken or Cammy or something. But there was so much happening in neutral that that hit confirm came quicker than you might have expected it to, and then it was just over. Like it was a very strange round, but very convincing for Nephew.
No, it definitely was convincing. You could tell too, based off of the life lead Nephew was taking. It just seems like Mira struggled a little bit there to find her opportunities, and she seemed to do all right in the first round. But again, those micro adjustments you make coming into the rounds following that, you know, just tell the tale whether you're going to win or lose. But talk about adjustments here. Mira keeping the pressure going. Again, trying to get the confirm on the low.
Yeah, and you see, Nephew has sniffed out that range. He knows it well, and he's really doing what he can to both avoid it and present the threat of a counter poke. And so that's making Mira have to second guess the way that she is approaching, and that's when you can actually fight Laura.
Absolutely. All right, going in with the second throw now. This is a scary situation. She uses, or I'm sorry, Nephew uses the EX meter to get out of the corner. Colleen's a she.
Oh my gosh, look at the way he's harassing. Not quite gonna kill. That is gonna kill. God damn, that hurts.
Yeah. Colleen hurts. Like, when she hurts, she hurts. It can be really ridiculous, especially she has meter. Again, match point here for Nephew. He can take it, but backing off, I like he's aware of the range of the thunderclaps there.
Yeah, and you have to be. To fight Laura, you can't let her get away with that for free, especially if you're playing Colleen, who has answers to that. You have to lab it out. You have to know those ranges so that you know the solution to present that option and tell them, you can't do this for free. You have to rethink the way that you're going to approach me. But right now, look at this, working on the stun, one hit away. There's the forced activation, but it's too late. Big damage coming from Nephew's side. This is going to be guess for game.
Yep, and talk about a big raid real quick from Maverick FGC. Thank you so much for joining us as we see Nephew take the match, gonna be securing his spot into winners finals. So shout out to Maverick FGC. Thank you so much. Party of 28, welcome to the stream. You may now be seated because we are serving up some Wednesday night fights action for you. And also while you're here, you can check out that match arena.
Yes. And let's take a look real quick. Where are we at for match arena? Oh, damn, we're over $100 now. At the start of the tournament, we were at like 50, which was already pretty decent, but over 100. Thank you guys so much. Remember, we do have a promo code WNF2021_16 SFV. That'll add a free 50 cents to the prize pool. And, you know, we say it every week. In this situation with COVID, the players should be supported. You know, they're making sure that they're giving you high level action, a certain caliber of play that you come to expect, and it's in an online environment, which can be frustrating, but they're showing up every week, and we want to make sure that they are rewarded for their hard work and effort, and this is the best way you guys can support.
Absolutely. And of course, we want to give some quick shout outs to Reformats and Rotary Lover, and of course you to Mr. Mustaflis for the donations. It is much appreciated. And of course, too, guys, if you don't have the extra change in your pocket, it's no worries. As Mr. Mustaflis said, you can use that code to add a free 50 cents into the prize pool. Also complete sponsorship quest on the right hand side to allow you to add extra money into that prize pool totally free.
Let's see. What do we have? So we're going to be moving down to loser's side, assuming we will be at the top of the bracket. That's going to be Blardlad versus Clegg Madness. Now, Clegg, as we all know, is basically the only, outside of Just a Kid, who also uses Seth, Clegg is basically the only jury representative that's like consistently doing this well. And also, I believe, is like one of the sole representatives of V-Trigger 2 with jury, which is also a very interesting decision.
Yeah, so Clegg had actually been brought in, or I should say had taken his place in not only top 8, but actually second place a couple weeks back. So, and I know there's a ton of love for Clegg in the chat, and you love to see it. So yeah, busting out with the jury V-Trigger 2, which is really interesting too, because that V-Trigger got a ton of love coming into the season. So it's going to be awesome to see him, of course, you know, coming back in. But I have a lot of love too for Blardlad, always coming in with the tire with the Abigail. It is going to be a lot of nonsense, but a lot of fun at the same time. Yeah, it's you know, I really think, I mean, it's this way every week, right? But there's gonna be great matches to round out the rest of the top 8. It's, you know, like we were talking about earlier, it's the last bit of practice that you're gonna get before NA West, the CPT event in a couple weeks. And so you know that the players are going to be sharp. They're going to be doing their best to make sure that their skills and execution and decision making is at the tippy top of the mountain. So, you know, it's going to be high level matches from here on out. So stay tuned. Absolutely. Yeah. And just for everybody in chat and beyond, you guys can go and sign up right now for CPT NA West in 2 weeks. So make sure to go check it out. But let's see what kind of action we got on deck. All right. Still waiting for Blardlad and Clegg. Now, I think, were you mentioning something about jury prior to the tournament starting? I want to know what you were trying to say.
Yeah. So a lot of people have the opinion that jury's rather weak, which to a certain point I can understand. If you take a look at the way top tiers are designed in this game and the way that they function, both in the V system as well as the engine of how neutral is played in Street Fighter V, jury doesn't exactly fit that archetype. But if you look at some of her tools, I think she fights top tiers well, and she plays in such an annoying way that I think playing annoying is really, really good in Street Fighter V because it's easier to break down somebody's defense that way. And I think she does it exceptionally well. I just really can't buy into the cult of personality that she's bad. I don't think it's there. What do you think?
Man, I think it's hard to say when it comes to determining these more unique characters, if they're top tier or not. For me, I think Jury has a lot of interesting tools that do really well against top tier characters. Now, again, I think at any stage, when you get to a high caliber of talent like we have in these matches, it doesn't matter what tier your character is, because you are going to earn your spot there regardless. So I don't think that tier really has a place when it comes to top 8s to an extent. Now, to be fair too, I think Jury again has some interesting answers to some of the more top tier characters. You know, she has an interesting teleport that can really keep you on your toes. She also has the ability to, you know, especially for more grounded characters, she has that ground fireball that I think can be really difficult to answer. You know, characters like Chun-Li, for example, I think that can be a really hard match because Jury also has some great mid-range tools. So exactly. So that's what I'm kind of curious to see, but we're going to get right into it here. We have got Clegg Madness versus Blardlad. I was reading in chat too, and people are saying that Clegg picks his V-trigger dependent on the match. So we are actually going to see that V-trigger 1 against the Abigail. Okay.
That makes sense. That's going to do better in the way of blowing up some of his armored options. You know, you'll be able to cancel, once you have it active, you'll be able to cancel into any of the fireball stores, and then you know, it's going to be multi-hitting to blow up the fireball, or blow up the armor. But look at this, already working, getting the stun, and that's going to be it.
Yeah, talk about some madness here. He is definitely earning the title. Keeping this pressure going, negates the EX here. Finally, though, Blardlad gets the confirm and some big damage. It's a big boy that hits big hard.
And there is the answer. Clegg Madness having it on deck, but he drops the follow-up combo. Has to go into, and there's the chip. I respect it. Do not give Abigail the chance. You can't let this character live.
No, especially because he was already sitting at less than 50% health. It really wouldn't take too many. I think it would have taken 1 to 2 confirms and he would have been dead. And you, with a character like Abigail, you cannot afford to let him live.
No, and not somebody as like momentous and read heavy as Blardlad. He's so good at sniffing out when you're terrified. He's like a basset hound, and you can't give him that chance. It's a really, really good option from Clegg Madness there.
Absolutely. Calling out the tire now, and he is ready to drive. Getting the check, keeping him in the corner, but finds the way out. Clegg trying to keep this going. Beautiful neutral jump. That was beautiful. Oh, that is the answer.
Yes, so good. And he just had the right decision on deck. A little bit of blade damage built up. It could turn into a lot. Slowly but surely racking up. Any hit is gonna hurt. And now you see Clegg Madness backing off, but that sweep did 200 damage.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was gross. And I appreciate too, Blardlad really conscious of the situation to keep this, but Clegg finds his confirm. V-shift out of there though. Like V-shift a second time. Not gonna rely on the V-trigger here, and he doesn't really need it.
Yeah, exactly. He's got so much life to give, and he does so much damage that he's one of those characters that he can just get the right guess, and he doesn't need oh man, just out of range for the max confirm into EX Abigail punch. Oh man, this is tense.
Yeah, just really trying to avoid that ground fireball there. Gets the sweep into activation. Or sorry, not activation, gets the sweep here, but misses the grab. Oh, that hurt. That hurt to watch.
And you know, that's something you have to be cognizant of. Jury has her jump in normals have pretty good range. So a lot of characters, if they were to jump out in that situation, Abigail wouldn't have to worry about getting punished in the same way if they're jumping back anyways. And that's the mix up, right? Are you going to neutral jump and then you get caught by the Abigail flip? Or are you going to do a late jump back and get caught by the punch? And he did it immediately, and he was able to clip him with that jump back heavy kick, and that was all she wrote. Blardlad goes down 1 game to Clegg Madness.
Yeah, and the other aspect of this too, she has some really great ranges. Now, going back into character select here, I don't know if Blardlad might do a character switch or what we're going to see coming up, but I think there's some great adjustments there from Clegg. You know, it looked like a really strong match from Blardlad at the start, but Clegg really made the correct adjustments. I think he played a little bit more patiently. But I want to comment too, it was the second round and Blardlad just kept this insane momentum going. You know, Clegg had this huge amount of gray health. And what I liked was Blardlad kept these punches rolling because he knew that if he had one small confirm, you mentioned it, 200 damage, which is a lot for a character like Jury.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing about Abigail. Like, not only does he have the most life in the game, not only does he have, I think, on average, the highest damage output in the game, but he's like also got the best footsies. Probably not the best, hands down, but some of the best footsies in the game. It's like, how did he get away with this in the design room? And they're just like, yeah, we can green light this.
I mean, like, looking at the character itself, his character's design is something silly. So I mean, like, if they can greenlight a living car, basically the human embodiment of a car, I think they can greenlight a whole lot more after that. But going right back into it, we have got still the Jury and the Abigail.
Yeah. And now we really are gonna have to see Blardlad adjust the way he's approaching neutral, because like you were saying, Clegg cleaned it up in his patience and was able to get some hits that counted, but more importantly, make Abigail take damage on his way in. Okay, there's the random EX. Okay, but there's the armor right back at you, busting through that hit in neutral.
Yeah, the armor is definitely going to play a great role here, getting huge confirm, but that cross-up was nasty. That was dirty. I need to wipe you after that, because that was dirty.
Nice. I like taking the opportunity off the hard knockdown there to... Okay, he's got the answer, and that's a max punish. Look at that. Clegg Madness having the options on deck, has the study done, and he blocks it out.
Yeah, backing up here, Blardlad knows he's one hit away, gets the guard break. Very, very smart to charge that up. And the thing too, Clegg was kind of worried about the tire as it was coming by, and as it went, he's forced to block, and he's gonna get caught by it. Really unfortunate here, but Blardlad starting out strong. I love the answer of the tire here. Even getting caught on the pinwheel still works out in his favor.
Yeah, for sure. Blardlad has done a really good job of maximizing the most he can get out of this tire pressure, and just really utilizing it in these unique ways that makes people have to fight Abigail differently. You already have to adjust your game plan fighting a big body character like this, but then you add in this V skill that really changes how you're going to fight in neutral, and it just answers in these really interesting situations.
Yeah, talk about interesting. Getting a confirm off of that neutral jump there. Oh, but clipped by the tire again. All right, evening things across the board, Blardlad. The tire is coming to save the day.
Yeah, he spent the extra money for the premium service, and it's not disappointing.
Do you remember that discount tire commercial where the old lady throws the tire? That's what I imagine Blardlad like. Or Abigail. We'll just throw the tire across the room.
All right, right back at you. Big crush counter into the heavy pinwheel. And now look at the corner carry for Clegg. Madness calling out the V-shift. We are one hit away. And there's the option select too. You better hold this pressure, because I'm going to blow it up if you don't.
Yeah, that was so unfortunate here. But again, Blardlad's still holding on to plenty of health. Finally finds his confirm out of the corner, calling out the tire to follow up. Ooh, but the throw, what a smart answer, because that's totally gonna negate it. It is projectile. Yeah, gonna get confirmed with the low there. Like sitting at match point.
Yeah, he's just really got all the answers here. I do think this is a really hard matchup for Abigail anyways, but I actually saw some people saying in the chat that Clegg basically blows up all Abigails he fights. So this is, no different. Blardlad is probably the best Abigail in the country, but they probably fight all the time, and this is a tough matchup anyways.
Absolutely. Great anti-air with the pinwheel there. I'm going to be following up the pressure. I like the constant pressure here from Clegg, really trying to check Blardlad, but also knowing when his turn is. Activation time, though, from Blardlad. Nice confirm.
Oh, nice. Calls him out, and now he's... Oh, man. No check on that. Nice. He gets out of there. big. Is he going to be able to kill? He is. That's going to be enough. Using the extension off of the V-Trigger activation, Clegg Madness is going to be able to take it 2-1 over Blardlad.
Yeah, now the thing I really appreciate is Clegg knew the matchup.
Yes.
He knew the moments that I think were the most key is those neutral jumps over the X-Stomp coming forward from Abigail. He knew to neutral jump that at the right time. And I think that's what really gave him the opportunity to say, hey, it's my turn now. I get to do a big punish. And that actually closed out 2 rounds. So really, really well played from Clegg. Really, really tight and clean. And the other aspect I wanted to comment too, although I love the answer for the tire, I think Blardlad used it a little too liberally because he got punished for it a couple times where he was calling out the tire, and because it has such a slow startup, you do get caught in a punish if your opponent is too close. They're able to kind of cancel that or negate it, I should say. So.
Yeah, like we were saying throughout the match, you could tell that he had the answers. He has done the matchup. He understands how to fight that character and how to basically break it down in the simplest terms so that he doesn't really have to worry about these big heavy reads, or if they do come from Abigail's side, there's an easy answer to them. You know, it's not as much of a mix-up, and I think that's what was able to give him that convincing edge. Even though it was 2-1, it was still very much in his favor. He had that unlock.
Absolutely. But still really, really well played from both players. Clegg, though, gonna be moving on into losers quarterfinals, but we will be got the bracket up here. So rounding things out right now, Chrissy, CH, and Nephew over in winners finals. Mira gonna be facing against Clegg. That'll be an interesting one for sure over in the losers quarterfinals. And we're gonna see who has to duke it out to face off against JB.
Yeah. And that will be Corey Bell versus Luigi. We imagine we're just waiting a second until they get in the lobby. In the meantime, guys, I would just like to take a moment to remind you about the Matcherino. Let me go ahead and put that in the chat.
I think the Matcherino's updated now. All right, cool.
Nice. So we're sitting at just shy of $110. So the fact that we broke 100 is fantastic. Thank you guys so much for that support. More importantly, the players appreciate it. But continue to use the promo code WNF2021 _16SFV, and that is a free 50 cents. All it costs you is maybe 15 seconds of your time, and you will help support these players, support Level Up Live to make sure that the people want to keep showing up to play in these tournaments. And, you know, let Matcherino know just as well that the fact that they have been such a stalwart pillar of the FGC for a few years now is not unnoticed.
Absolutely. You know what else is not unnoticed? Going into this match, we have got, you know, there are many doors, Ed Boy. Corey Bell busting out with the Ed and Luigi with his classic Guile. This is going to be a fun one. I'm excited to watch this.
Yeah, I have not seen Corey Bell in a minute, and you know, over the past 2 seasons, Ed has really gotten some big buffs. But right now, off of those errant hit confirms that are falling short, it's not going to matter how strong you are if you're not hitting your combos.
Absolutely. I like real quick Corey's dojo name, Shimmy Neutron, because you know he got the shimmies on deck. And talk about shimmy there, going in with a V shift. This great answer against the projectile, but a beautiful cross up from Luigi. Gonna get a great combo off of it and a significant life lead.
Okay, he went for the charged up V skill snatch again. And now he has to be careful. He's going to run right into that. Okay, mixing him up. And I like that jump over option. Certainly, he was not going to be ready for the anti-air, and then you don't have to deal with the mix-up.
Absolutely. Yeah, Luigi going to be closing out that first round with a great flash kick to seal the deal here. Now, what I kind of want to see, you know, Ed got a lot of buffs coming into the season as well. A lot of love in the past 2 seasons, actually. So he's sitting pretty comfortably. But even with the nerfs, I think Guile's still a really strong character.
For sure.
And of course, in the hands of Luigi, going in with that great jump in here. I think the thing that's difficult is Ed has an okay anti-air, but be a little bit difficult. Ooh, but catching him in the skies, got the V-trigger activation.
Man, but it's negated again. That is twice. Luigi has had the right call in neutral, so he doesn't have to deal with it, but I really love that side switch right there. Just taking advantage of Ed's exceptionally fast, long-range dash and mixing up the approach, not giving him the chance to react.
Absolutely here. All right, looks like he's trying to find the answer for the Sonic Boom here, but it's just difficult. Beautiful crush counter though, going in, full conversion. Backing off, interesting. I don't know if that was a miss button there, but we got activation from...
Oh, yeah. He's out of range. He's not able to get the Guile kick after this. And there's the forced activation right back at you. This has a lot of durability. He's using it like a walking shield. He's controlling the riots, and then he... And speak of the devil, you called it out, that shimmy neutron. That's why he is the leader of the dojo.
Yeah, absolutely. That was just awesome. Really well done. And the thing I like is the use from a defensive aspect of that activation. Again, you mentioned it. It's like a shield. Ooh, that air throw. That was spicy. All right, got the throw. Going in again. Great crush counter. Full conversion here. Going corner pressure time.
Now, okay, yes, racking up the stun, not letting it dissipate, and there is the EX, finally, EX somersault unhanding, and the forced activation. And he was trying to wait for it that time, but he didn't want to lose the ground. It was really, really good awareness from Luigi, again, to just handle that V-trigger and not give him the chance. I think he's super dead, super dead.
Yeah, as long as Luigi doesn't drop this, yeah, there we go.
Damn, all right. I see you, Luigi, I see you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as long as he didn't drop that, but fortunately for Luigi, he did not. So he is going to take the first match. Now, I think the really unfortunate issue that happened there was when Corey activated, he lost it as it went behind him, the big orb. So really unfortunate for him to lose the activation moment. But again, too, I think the beauty of it was Luigi had great answers to any air approach that Corey Bell had. You know, he had the flash kicks on deck. And the other thing I appreciated too was he activated at the key moment to flash kick and catch him.
Yes, yeah, I couldn't have said it better, Flex. But I think the real key is the way that he's handling the V-trigger activations, because that's such a strong tool for Ed to get his offense started.
Yeah.
That if you have an answer to that, suddenly he has to try and get back in, which is where he struggles.
Absolutely. Talk about struggling here. Corey definitely isn't going out of the corner now, pulling Guile in. Ooh, big damage.
So okay, there's the activation right back at you, and now this could spell disaster. This is going to be tough for Ed to deal with because he doesn't have V-skill too. Oh, the throw tap.
No, but he's going to go with the activation again, trying to use that as a shield the second time around. Totally negates the EX Sonic Boom, trying to pull Luigi in. Small confirms.
Just out of range for the Psycho Flicker. Okay, this is tense. Okay, there's the throw tech. Has to hold the plus frame, and he's out of throw range. Oh my gosh, and he's still not dead.
Oh, man. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. I know, it's so close. Oh! Finally, someone does it.
Yeah, the Psycho Spark is going to be enough. There is a round in favor of Corey Bell. Is he going to be able to pull this next one out and tie it up at one game apiece, or is Luigi going to hold tight in defense, keep him on his toes, and take it?
Yeah, man, that was definitely had me on the edge of my seat here. Again, pulling him in, but I like the punish, going with the EX flash kick. Ooh, activation time. It is time for the shield.
And there it is again, and there's the EX. So smart. You can tell. You could just tell that he was getting antsy to try and make some sort of comeback. You know, he lost the V-trigger, and there's the back throw. Okay, he's got a chance here, but he's going to need 2 successful offensive sequences.
Absolutely. And talk about offensive right here. V reversal, though. Keep the pressure off of him. He has to be careful. He is 1 hit away from death. Ooh. Great punish from Luigi, setting up a match point.
That EX Sonic Boom is too fast. Can full screen punish just about anything if you time it right. But there is a big jump in. Good luck punishing that if you get hit.
Absolutely. All right, V reversal. I like that answer. Going with the outside down kick and plenty of damage. The flash kick to close it out, and the throw just to prove a point.
And
close
he's
to stun.
Sitting at Stun's door, and he's still not stunned. There is the EX Psycho Upper, the Ed special. I'm surprised it's the first time he's busted it out, using the V-shift break, putting him back in the corner. He's got an opportunity. That's a lot of gray damage.
Yeah, it is, but oh, the EX flash kick is gonna do it. Luigi taking it and moving on to face against JB in losers quarterfinals.
Man, just I really have to commend the way that Luigi clammed up on defense there right at the end. You know, there was a really big shift in momentum when Corey got that EX cycle upper, put him back in the corner. He was getting things started. And then Luigi knew that he was looking for that big opportunity to cash out on all that great damage he built up. So he just micro-walked forward just a little bit, just enough to make him feel like he could press that stand roundhouse. Got a little too close. That's down jab and EX flash kick, and that's all she wrote.
Absolutely. That is all she wrote. Book closed. Luigi gonna be facing off against JB, but of course, much love to Corey. Always great to see him coming in on a top 8 for Wednesday Night Fights.
Yeah.
And how's our bracket looking?
It's looking, I mean, we've still got a ton of great matches coming up. So top of winner's side, this is winner's finals already decided. We have Chris CCH versus Nephew. And so far we have seen Nephew only using Colleen. Granted, it's only been one match, but we could see the Rose, maybe. And then on the loser's side, we have Mira versus Clegg Madness, and then JB versus Luigi, who we just saw take it over Corey Bell. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. Once you watch like a ton of matches throughout the night, everything kind of starts to meld together.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are just waiting to see. I believe we'll have Mira and Clegg up next. So, yeah, just waiting to see how that goes. Now, it's going to be interesting. I've seen a lot of theories thrown into chat about the Laura and Jury matchup. What is your opinion on that? You know, we talked a little bit about how Jury is kind of top tier and also kind of not top tier, but we know Laura's top tier. Laura's kind of broken, so.
Yeah, that character is pretty ridiculous. Oh, and we're actually not even seeing Laura. So this was actually something I was going to touch on. Shout outs to Ultimate Vitality and Core Jam. These are two Ohio players, two of the best. And I see the Laura versus Jury matchup a lot, and they're both pretty strong in the belief that Jury wins that. So I suspect that's why we are seeing Cammy here instead of Laura.
Yeah, I definitely respect that choice. I also love this costume, throwback to her classic here. And I definitely like, because Cammy has some of the best mobility in the game, whether it is her spiral arrow or even just her walk speed itself is among one of the fastest in the game. But you have to be really careful here. All right, activation, a great confirm on the low here. Plenty of damage with the back throw too.
Oh man, and the little bit of delay, that is gonna be stunned. This is gonna do it. Mira taking the first game back throw for maximum meter gain, and that is a round on the board for her. And mind you, I should also mention to the viewers at home, we've got kind of a Kurt Schilling bloody sock situation here. Mira is actually playing with a bit of a fever, I believe, both her and Eli. So, you know, if she wins tonight, that's even more. She's got the OS built in, right? If she loses, she's like, yeah, whatever, dude. I was sick. Yeah, GG's. But if I win, it's like, y'all suck. I was sick and I still kicked your asses.
Right. But right now, definitely looking very, very strong. Great defense here. Gonna challenge that. But Clegg finding his way out the corner. Activation time, though.
Early activation, and there is the throw attack. She's only got one more dive kick on deck, but there is that V-trigger too. Gonna be sucking away all of that meter and building it up for Cammy's sake.
Absolutely. And I can see too, you know, it's a desperate moment, especially because Cammy relies so heavily on her meter to really get a lot of good damage there. But ooh, I love the V skill. But the wake up.
And what's so messed up about that V skill to right in Clegg Madness's face, that was absolutely a sign of disrespect. That's -6. That is super punishable. And that was Mira just saying, yeah, you're gonna get hit by this.
Oh man. You love to see a great anti-air as well that you love to see from Mira. Going in with the back throw though, sending her into the corner. Got another throw just to prove a point. Again, I like this pressure activation.
Immediate V reversal, I like it. Okay, there, still had a little bit of meter, stayed in front this time. Missed the dive kick, but that's okay, no anti-air. And now Clegg Madness just hang out in neutral. A little bit of that V-trigger activated left, but now it's gone, and there's a better way for Mira to approach.
Absolutely. And mind you too, Clegg has plenty of meter here to spend.
Ooh,
talk about spending it. The man has put in all the money on the table.
now. How is it going to close it out, though? And she tried to do spiral arrow, but it's got a little bit too much startup. That could have been heavy uppercut, I think, from that range would have reached. But I don't blame her for trying. It was kind of a lost cause round anyways. She would have needed some luck to get that back. But she can take that as a data round.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing too, you know, the beauty of these tournaments is it is a first to two, at least in this setting. So you still have some time to download the matchup. So we're gonna have to see if Mira did download it. But Clegg right now, 1 up on the board. And again, he's made top 8s time and time again, and he's done extraordinarily well. So already hitting close to stun here. Mira's gonna have to be careful. Activation though.
That walk back into the crouch fierce, the classic, catches him on the other side with the stand medium punch air to air, or anti-air, excuse me, and now finding the right range to try and use that dive kick, but Clegg Madness just walks out of it.
Yep, absolutely. And with a huge life lead at that, gets a small confirm off the spiral arrow, looking to keep this pressure going.
Okay, there's the EX. Oh, and there's the activation. That's gonna be all she wrote. Clegg Madness taking it and putting himself at set point.
Yeah, setting him up pretty well right now too, with plenty of meter again going into this round. Clegg sitting very comfortably, but we're gonna have to see if Mira can bring it back. It's definitely not impossible feat, but it's a tall mountain to climb. Big damage here from Clegg, walking Mira into the corner.
Man, and just, I really want to mention just how well Clegg is picking his spots to get fireball stores, because that's how Jury gets her big damage in neutral. If you can keep her at a range where she can't do that safely, she suddenly becomes much less scary. But when you give her that opportunity and she can take it, look at this. That's off of a stand medium kick that randomly hit.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You can afford to throw that button out there when you have that big life lead. Going in with the throw though, Mira finally taking the lead on the life bar. Again, walking her way out.
Oh man, and the 3 licks, I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Clegg closing it out, finishing it up with that V-Trigger 2 activation, taking it 2-0 over Mira. He's moving on. Are we gonna see another second place repeat?
Yeah, maybe even grand finals. With the way Clegg is playing right now, it is godlike. Clegg taking it over Mira, but Mira's still busting out with the Cammy, a bit unexpected, but I love to see it, and I love to see new characters up on the screen. So much love to Mira. Of course, so you guys can always go check her out. I know she streams pretty often with Eli the Curry as well, so make sure you go give her some love. Yes. But who do we have up next on deck?
So coming up next, we are going to hit the other side of losers, just below them. It is going to be JB and Luigi. We basically don't see JB. Every now and then you'll see JB pull out the poison, but I don't think in this matchup, I don't think there's any reason to bring that out. Rashid will do just fine with his mobility and his way to challenge the ranges that Guile wants to try and control with sonic booms. He can do that a lot easier than poison.
Yeah, but Luigi also has a G, which I don't. Yeah, so Luigi also has a G. I'm not 100% sure which character he's going to bust out there. I can't, unfortunately, pull out my Miss Cleo crystal ball and figure it out. But, you know, we know that the characters have these options available. So it's going to be interesting to see, because we don't see them play against each other too often. We see them definitely in top 8. So I'm excited to see how Rashid can fend against either character.
Yeah, so I think that situation plays into Rashid's favor, because he, as a character, very similarly to Cammy, doesn't really have bad matchups. His matchup spread is so consistent, either being in his favor or like even. Yeah, and you know, that's where you know you are a top tier. If you don't have definitively losing matchups, that's when you know you picked a good character. And JB's been rocking him since the beginning, and that's why we're seeing it.
Right, absolutely. All right, going in with the Guile from Luigi. I'm not mad at this pick by any means. I think we expected either the Guile or the G, so definitely not upset because Guile has some great zoning, but I feel like Rashid does pretty decent against zoners just because he has such high mobility. Yes. So it's going to be interesting to see how JB can hold up against Guile's zoning game. But right now it is looking pretty strong.
Okay, yeah, look at this corner control. I don't care if you've been down backing for 35 years. If I get you in the corner as Rashid, I'm gonna make it hurt. And that is gonna be it, ending with the heavy spinning mixer. JB taking the first round in quick fashion, 29 seconds.
Yeah, definitely quick for sure. Taking the first round right here, but again, Luigi I think gets a solid start, but JB really sets the momentum and pacing of this match. Crush counter though, out of the corner.
Ooh, we've got Daigo combos. All right, I like that 4-piece. Okay, and now the stun is right back at you. JB having to fight, forced to activate there to try and mitigate the approach for stun, and now it's back to neutral. And with that V-trigger active, he's going to have a better opportunity to control space, to zone better, and get those conversions just like that.
Absolutely. JB trying to keep the corner pressure going. Gonna get clipped with that flash kick there. Really unfortunate. And one hit away. Oh, so unfortunate. Looked like he got hit maybe with EX Sonic Boom.
All right. Oh, starting off with the back fist. I like it. Okay, using the crouch fierce there, and there's an interruption on that errant V skill. Baits out the EX uppercut. Ooh, we've got big combos. Stun is right there at his door, and he baits it out again. Gets the forward throw for maximum damage here on the follow-up combo. Bop, 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 and that's gonna be it. Luigi taking the first game.
Yeah, Luigi gonna be taking it first round very convincingly at that. I mean, huge life lead and huge control over the match. Talk about pacing. Guile, I think, excels at setting the pace of the match. When you give him the opportunity to, that's when he is going to set it. He says, nope, we're gonna go at my pace. I know it says it's a 45, but we're driving 30 because I'm a grumpy old man. I don't know. Guile gives me the grumpy old man vibes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's got, like his brow is like permanently furrowed because he doesn't have eyebrows. Right.
Yeah, I was about to say, what eyebrow? All right, getting right into it here in the neutral. I like Luigi really not allowing any forward approach here from JB, but JB finds his low confirm, trying to keep this momentum going.
Okay, and now we're seeing that crouch fierce, that harassment button. That button that you gotta file a restraining order against. It's not gonna leave you alone.
No, definitely not. And neither is JB with a stun here. Lots of big damage on the screen and potentially a hit away. Yep, that'll do it. JB gonna be taking the round, downloading the matchup, it looks like.
Yeah, for sure. He spent a lot of time on the East Coast fighting the likes of NuckleDoo, fighting the likes of Slack, I think his name. But he's fought a lot of strong Guiles during his time on the East Coast. So now, even though it's back on the West Coast, he knows this matchup. And great V reversal right there to get the punish on the errant Sonic Boom string.
Yeah, and finding a huge jump out of the corner. Great crush counter to follow up with.
Okay, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, now the thing that's interesting, I don't think Guile does. Oh, that was big punish here.
Dead.
Yeah, he's dead. And JB's evening things up. But what I wanted to say was, I don't think Guile does terrible in the corner. I think as long as you're not faced with like a really heavy cross-up character, that you're not going to do too terrible in the corner when you're Guile, because I mean you're crouching the entire time,
right?
To charge up, whether it's a flash kick or a Sonic Boom. So I don't think it's a terrible position to be in the corner when you're Guile, or when you're Luigi, I should say. So going right into it though, things evened up across the board.
Yeah, we're looking at 1-1 here to stay alive in loser's side. There is the reaction to the Sonic Boom with the V skill, and he is already in the corner. We're 10 seconds in, and there's a big sense of control for JB. And look at this, the stun is right there, but the jab came at the right time, and there was a little bit of breathing room for Luigi.
Yeah, just enough to find his way out of the corner. Going in with the back though, the chase down activation, but JB is out of there with the V reversal. Gonna get the small confirm here. Ooh, talk about confirms.
Just mistimed it. Oh man, the way that this shifted back in Luigi's favor, forced to activate his JB, again, calling out that V-skill. He doesn't get a punish, but he stopped his momentum, and there he was able to get enough charge for that EX flash kick. He is one round away from sending JB home.
Oh man, that was heartbreaking. You never want to jump in on a crouching Guile. Never, like, Outside of rule number 1, we don't talk about Fight Club. We don't jump in on crouching Guiles. I like the roll under the slower Sonic Boom, though. It's a great answer, but you're going to get punished for it if you abuse it too much.
Yep. Those young men reactions are on Luigi's side, and with a character like Guile, that's just giving him even more time to charge. There is the forward throw, though, following up that whirlwind shot, following it up again, and he crosses him up this time. He doesn't have a punish on deck for the jump, and the reaction from Luigi right through that. Now look at this life lead.
Yeah, huge life lead. Love the reaction too to the projectile. I think that was so smart on his part. But again, talk about life lead here. Slowly dwindling down. JB keeping the pressure. Got the stun. Gonna set things up for potential match point across the board.
Yeah, I honestly did not think he was gonna bring that back. I was tilted after getting hit through that whirlwind shot with the reaction super. I was like, all right, it's a wrap. Luigi's on something tonight.
Yeah, but JB said, hey, what are you drinking? Because I want some. All right, the back throw out of the corner, though. I like the pushback, too, that the move gives.
Okay, and now we're back to the Sonic Balloon game just outside of mid-range. He's able to really change up the pace so that he can't react with the V skill, and that's making it a lot more difficult for Guile or for Rashid to get in. He made some ground there, but still no punish.
Ooh, great crush activation. JB plenty. Oh no! I think he called that out.
Absolutely. Oh, that's so
man.
cheap. I think he's dead. He's super dead. Yep. EX follow up with that, and that's gonna do it. JB with the optimization station taking it 2-1 over Luigi. What a slobber knocker of a match.
Oh man, all aboard to loser semifinals. JB's gonna be your conductor, sending it forward. Another match. Man, that was kind of, it was definitely a toss up there between JB and Luigi, because it seemed like JB started off really strong. Luigi really took over, and then JB made the right adjustments there, following through. I think really, really smart and well played from JB.
Yeah, he and you know, watching his matches, I think that's maybe a part of his game plan where he can be lacking sometimes is making quick adjustments on the fly. But that was absolutely what he needed to do, because we saw there was such a pendulous momentum swing between the two of them. But between the two of them back and forth, it seemed like 1 second it was in Rashid's favor, the next it was in Guile's, back and forth. And for him to make that adjustment in the end to keep the favor towards him and pull it into his side of the court, I really have to give my hats off to him. Good stuff for JB. He earned his spot in, what is that, top 3 now?
Yeah, just about. And the other aspect of it too, you know, we talk a lot about momentum-based gameplay, and I think Guile really excels at this in a similar way that Rashid does, but I think Guile actually takes the pull a little bit more. So to have the ability to take that momentum back in your favor, I think shows that you're a really, really strong player. So JB, huge congrats to you making it through over into loser semifinals. Gonna face off against Clegg Madness. Now, we've seen him stack up against Luigi's Guile, but can he handle the madness of Jury?
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. You know, that's a character that's like you normally don't get a lot of experience against, because, you know, for so long people have been preaching that she's terrible, bottom 5, blah blah blah. And now, perhaps that's different since JB lives on the West Coast. You know, he has the opportunity to fight Clegg. I'm sure I bet they run into each other in ranked a lot, or running sets in lounge, but we'll see when it gets to that. But coming up, we have Chris CCH, Sakura versus Nephew Colleen. So no Rose tonight.
Nope, it doesn't look like Rose unless we see it pulling into grand finals, depending on who wins this. Now this is first to 3 here, so plenty on the line and plenty of opportunities. Gets great jump in, talk about opportunity, and I love that huge dash has such a forward push.
And this is Colleen's game plan. She just stays right outside of your poke range when she has you in the corner. She gets to fish for free. She doesn't even need a provisional license. She gets stand heavy kick, stand heavy punch, and you just gotta hold it. But there is the back throw off the activation.
Yep, and the forward throw to follow up with here. But again, great jump out. The thing you want to always notate here is when your opponent is in the corner, you want to stand just a little bit behind the timer, because then that is optimal anti-air range. And talk about optimal gameplay there, Nephew taking the first round.
Yep, finding the right opportunity to buffer with the stand medium punch into the EX, and that's going to be an easy conversion. Speaking of a buffer, no dice there on the stand jab buffer after the crouch medium kick. No counter hit from Chris CCH, so it didn't link. But he's still got a decent life lead here, and he's feeling comfortable in the range that he's throwing fireballs.
Absolutely, yeah. Playing a little bit of a zoning game here, throwing it out, gets the great opportunity to close this gap and put the pressure on, following the chase down.
And that's dead.
Ooh, that is dead indeed.
Yep. Didn't even have to spend meter for it, gets the save, all of that for the next round. Tying it up at 1 apiece to see who takes the lead in winners finals here. Again, this is going to be a 1st to 3.
Yep, 1st to 3 here. So it could really be anyone's game. Ooh, I like that shutdown in the air. All right, EX Fireball, chase him down, but Nephew is ready.
Okay, yeah, fighting back to the other side. There's the activation off the target combo. That gives her plus enough frames. And trying to chase down the V-shift, but no dice.
Nope, looks like trying to bait something out there with a neutral jump. Again, I think Chris CCH trying to stay out of range of that slide, but just gets caught. Activation time, though, for Chris. Going in with the throw, forcing him to block. I like this answer here.
Yeah, I think you actually hit the nail right on the head here. You know, with Colleen and V-Trigger, you have 2 options. You can either accept that she's going to skate around the screen and you have to deal with it at times that you can't react, or you take the fight to her, you activate your own bullcrap, and then don't give her the opportunity to breathe. And I think that's the right strategy from Chris CCH here.
Yeah, and talk about activation time here. Skating around, gonna get, ooh. Yeah, gonna get the chip damage. And that was actually pretty smart. You know, he went in, and I think it would have been a little bit risky because Chris CCH also had full meter, but it just was really difficult to react in time to that. So Nephew gonna be taking that first one.
And, you know, something that I think about with Nephew that I think he really excels at as a player, and we kind of saw that game, he really understands how to make the most advantage out of pacing. He does such a good job of playing like this right here. Look at him harassing with stand roundhouse. Honestly, I can guarantee you right now he's probably laughing to himself as he's hitting that button over and over.
Oh yeah.
But strategically, it's so smart, right? Because what can Sakura do in that range? And if they're not presenting an answer, you're controlling the pace. And the next thing you know, you get this buffer off the stand medium punch into the EX, and you put them in the corner. But right back at you is Chris CCH getting the side switch off of that enhanced fireball and V-Trigger 1, and now he's got the corner control.
Yeah, had the activation and is gonna get a huge buffer off of it, and big damage here. 1 hit to stun, 1 hit to kill, and that is going to do it for the round.
Damn, that was quite the swing in offensive pressure, and that was all Chris CCH needed. But that's the kind of character Sakura is. She just needs 1 chance, and this could be another one. Big punish right there. Gets the dash up. There's the forward throw, and already 45% life gone.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Talk about characters that put out a lot of damage. Sakura definitely does here. Great whiff button. Oh man, super strong. Backing up though, doesn't want to get caught, and I know he was expecting a possible jump out here. But Nephew doing the chase down.
Oh man, and now he's backing off, giving him just enough rope where he hopes he hangs himself, and just like that, I might as well be Miss Cleo. There it is, putting him back in the corner. This is going to be into super. Actually, I think this is going to kill. Yep, for sure. A little bit of damage right at the end, and Sakura goes down. 1 round apiece for both of these competitors, and this is Nephew's opportunity to go up 2-0.
Yeah, definitely looking strong right here, but spent all the meters, so he is going to be at a bit of a resource deficit going into this round. Chris CCH, on the other hand, full stick of butter to cook with, and looking to potentially find his way out of the corner here, trying to keep this distance. Again, notate that Nephew standing at that optimal range in case Chris CCH jumps out, but no, Nephew is jumping in.
Yes, huge amount of damage there. And now Chris CCH forced to throw fireballs. Oh my god, he had it on lock. Knew that that was not a real block string. He still hasn't quite sealed the deal yet, but he is sitting pretty. Colleen is not stressing at all.
Absolutely not. Especially with such a huge life lead, you really don't need to worry. And V-Trigger activation time, Nephew ready to find the single confirm, and that's gonna do it.
Yep. And that is absolutely the danger of V-Trigger to Colleen, right? You know, in this matchup, Sakura, at least Chris CCH, is using V-Trigger 1, and that gives him the enhanced fireballs. But if Nephew has V-Trigger 2 active, he has a surefire way to blow through those, and he doesn't even have to press an input. He literally just presses 2 buttons, he goes right through them, it's invulnerable, does a good ton of damage, gets him Oki afterwards. You have to be careful in that situation, but what could he do? He had to make a comeback.
Yeah, I do like the answer to the parry, though, that Nephew has been really throwing out. Oh, big punish time here. Setting up with the icicle, walking him into the corner.
There's the forced activation early, gets the back throw, and now this is Sakura's chance. You know, hopefully he can find some sort of block string to land a counter hit. Oh, what a throw attack. I can't believe he was ready, but he didn't see it coming again. So fast in the blink of an eye. V-Trigger 2 Colleen, you can't react.
Absolutely not, but you can throw when you're Colleen here. Holding on to that V-Trigger here, gonna get that enhance and the side switch.
Okay, and now trying to go for the frame traps, and there, Nephew just getting space, but the confirm off of the stand roundhouse, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That is another round on the board. We are looking at set point for him to take this 3-0 over Chris CCH.
Yeah, and that's something that's kind of shocking because Chris CCH, you know, usually was what, last season's winner? Oh, yeah. Big crush counter. So Chris CCH usually a very strong competitor. So interesting to see Nephew just, you know, really walking him over.
Okay, and look at that, just finding all these right ranges to counterpoke, to buffer, to not even have to worry about the pressure that Sakura wants to present. And if you can do that, you can beat this character. She's very strong. When she gets the opportunity to whip punish you, when she gets the opportunity to put you in the corner, it is hard to deal with. But if you understand the spacing and the minutia of the round well enough to be outside of her ranges, she struggles.
Yep, and talk about struggling out of the corner. Activation time, though. This might do it here. Ooh. Yep, that's gonna do it. Nephew taking it 3-0 over Chris CCH, securing his spot in grand finals. Nephew got the upgrade. He looking strong. Like, I knew he was a strong competitor, but something's sitting different here. Coming in, taking his spot into grand finals with Colleen now. Making a statement, gonna send Chris CCH down into losers final to face off against the winner between Clegg Madness and JB.
Yeah, I think for Nephew's sake, I think he's really shaping himself up and getting into gear for CPT NA West.
Yeah.
You know, that's the real deal. That is what he is training for. He's trying to qualify again. And so he's making sure that he is in fighting fashion. And what better way to do that than with 3-0 over, you know, one of the best competitors that you'll get on the West Coast. He's really showing his stuff, how strong he is, how studied he is in these matchups. And I think it's going to be hard for anybody to beat him tonight. It could be a wash the rest of the bracket, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely going to see again with the bracket there. Nephew securing a spot in grand finals, but we still have to see who makes it out into losers finals to face off against Chris CCH, because we have got Clegg Madness versus JB up next.
Yeah, gonna be Jury versus likely Rashid. Again, not a match that you really see because a lot of people don't pick Jury. But Clegg Madness is one of the best juries in the country. Definitely, he actually might be the best. It's between him and Just a Kid.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely top 2 at least. So this is going to be a hard-fought battle. No walk in the park for JB, despite how well he's been playing tonight.
Absolutely not. And I think Jerry has some interesting answers to Rashid. You know, again, has the floor fireball if she wants to use it, but she also has the pinwheel kick, which I think has a weird range that can catch some of Rashid's shenanigans, and has some weird movement too. That Rashid can have a hard time getting around. But again, looking at it here, Clegg putting in the work and putting in the damage. JB going for activation time.
Oh, is that a real punish? I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what the frame data is on the enhanced Eagle Spike afterwards, but I saw the reversal from Clegg Madness, and it looked like it might have been a real punish. That's a good good answer and good matchup knowledge, but that's not going to be enough. JB baiting out the uppercut there and finishing it out with the Eagle Spike. 1 round on the board towards him.
Yeah, if there's one character you don't want to let live, it is Rashid, because he has a huge comeback factor, and we just saw it there. Going with the back throw, though, keeping the momentum going. Clegg wanting to keep him out of the, or keep him in the corner, I should say.
Okay, backing off, and they're clinging to the wall a little bit, using that opportunity there to jump and get the back throw. Now he's got the corner position. Going to those crouch shorts, just enough to dissuade you from trying to walk in and get something going in neutral. And there's the activation off the stand roundhouse. There's the medium spinning mixer, and now you got to hold this corner pressure.
Absolutely, but I'm waiting for activation. Yep, there it is from Clegg, and that's going to suck up a bunch of V gauge. All right, going in again.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, yeah, that is going to be the round.
So much damage. And I really agree with spending all the meter there. Like we were just saying, you know, you don't want to give Rashid the chance, because one misstep is enough for him to get the ball rolling, and it's hard to stop. So very good resource management there from Clegg Madness. But already JB going into this next round, just cranking it up to 100 and not letting him breathe.
Absolutely not. But the other aspect too is Clegg can very easily build up meter, whether it's with confirms or using the use of the V trigger. It looked like a missed V shift there from Clegg. Gonna get big punish for it. JB keeping the corner pressure going, got the throw.
Walks at that time, gets out, and that's gonna be chip. Really good awareness there. Again, talking about resource management just before on the side of Clegg Madness. In that situation, it's for JB paying attention to where the V gauge is at, paying attention to where his super is at, and using it wisely to take the whole game, not even just a round.
Yeah, gonna take the whole game, putting him 1 up on the board. I really like that answer too. I always believe when you have the money, you got the resources, spend it, because you will always earn more, and you can't take it into the next match. So,
right. Oh, what a neutral jump. Okay, that's a good chunk of damage. There's the buff there with that medium punch DP hitting a little bit further out, getting confirms off of lights for better damage, better Oki. And now we're back to neutral and that annoying stand medium kick.
Oh, and talk about annoying here. Crush counter. I'm gonna get a full nice screen carry, keeping Clegg in the corner. Clegg using meter to get out into activation, make it safe.
Okay, lets him spend a little bit of V gauge, throwing out those enhanced whirlwind shots. Okay, keeping him in the corner though. Oh, that's gonna be it, I think. Not quite. He didn't want to spend the meter for it, but that's enough. That option select built in. If your opponent is in the corner and you have a plus move that also works as an anti-air, you press the throw button. If they tech, you do the button right after. If they neutral jump, you anti-air them. But there, Clegg Madness spending. Oh my God! Look at the damage.
Yeah, that was a lot. Already at 50% health here for JB, just off of 1 missed button. Very unfortunate. Great anti-air though. JB not letting that deter him. Or discourage him, I should say. Again, going in with the chase down. The tricky stuff.
And there, he delayed his crouch medium kick just enough, spending the EX to make sure he gets around. That's going to be 2 on the board. And I really want to take the moment to emphasize how important that delayed crouch medium kick was. You know, he had presented so many different turns of the wheel in the corner situation there, that moment he was like, okay, I've shown him how many times I'm willing to throw. I've shown him the wall dive. This time I'm going to delay that down back just a little bit, because surely he's going to think the overhead's coming. I haven't done it yet, and that's why he got clipped.
Yeah, what you have, if you're Rashid, you have so many options to keep your opponent in the corner. And whether it is the, simple like wall dive or eagle spike, or even just throwing out your regular normals. You have, if you're Rashid, you have a ton of options, not just to mix up but keep your opponent in the corner. That was a first to 2. So JB gonna be moving on, took it over Clegg, but I have to admit, Clegg played out of his mind through these matches.
Super well.
Yeah, again, he definitely earns that top jury player title for a reason. But JB gonna be taking it over Clegg, securing a spot to face off against Chris CCH for a chance into grand finals.
And before we get into that, let's just take a moment, guys. Again, please hit up the Matcherino, !Matcherino in the chat. And there, I'm sure there are still codes to be used. WNFO_16SF, or I'm sorry, WNFO21_16SFV. That'll give a free 50 cents to the prize pool. We've been stuck at $111 now for a little bit, which again, $111 is nothing to sneeze at. I wish I had an extra $111. But surely we can bump that up a little bit more, whether it's with the free 50 cents, whether it's with the prize code or the side quests, or if you've got a little bit of pocket change that you feel like donating, tossing the players' way. We would appreciate it. They would appreciate it. And the match quality that you would get in return, I'm sure you guys would appreciate it. So please go ahead and pump up that Matcherino support and stay strapped in for some great matches.
Yeah, because we have some great matches coming up. And of course, if you want to check out the action, you can always go follow up Level Up Live. And you can go check out, there's going to be some awesome clips from tonight's matches over on MetaView. So make sure to go check out MetaView. They have daily curated content for you, not just fighting game esports, but all kinds of esports, something for everyone. You can download the app on iOS or go check out the website at metaview.gg.
Yeah, and if you are an Android user, there is a wait list, so you can sign up for the wait list to basically get informed that you can download it when it does come to Android. But let's get into this losers final match. We have JB versus Chris CCH, Sakura versus Rashid.
Now the interesting match here is, you know, Sakura has some decent mobility, but definitely nothing compared to Rashid. But what Sakura lacks in mobility, she makes up for in damage. She puts out a huge amount of damage for not a ton of confirms. Now we're going to have to see JB play really, really clean. Otherwise, he's definitely going to eat it. But looking right here, you know, with a small life lead, ooh, nice V-shift away from that pressure situation, but gonna get clipped.
Yeah, and I really like that answer from, oh my god, speaking of an answer, calling out that jump back with a full screen punish, EX Eagle Spike, but there is the opportunity. Chris CCH taking it in stride, keeping this corner pressure, not letting Rashid out, but there it is again. He's done that twice. It wasn't an accident.
Absolutely not. Going into activation now, gonna keep the pressure going, but Chris CCH saw right through it and took his opportunity. EX. Yeah, but for how long? Break on the throw, but cat on the low. Oh man, Chris CCH taking it.
And that's something you have to be careful of, but it's like, what do you do in that situation, right? You're trying to make the comeback. You have to get something going, and Sakura can just throw out that stand light kick so willy-nilly, and it reaches so far. You walk into it and you don't even realize it.
Yeah, it does have such a huge range that you really have to be cautious of. And you also have to respect your opponent's meter in these kind of situations. So really unfortunate there, but turning out to be a similar situation, keeping this corner pressure going. Chris CCH finds a small way out of there.
Okay, and JB really happy to just hold this side of the screen. Okay, there's a max range punish on that stand roundhouse there, and there's the activation. That is the new buff she got this season, new activation route for V-Trigger 2, and this could be enough of a sequence for Chris CCH to take this first game.
Yep. Ooh, trade there, but that back throw is gonna close it out for Chris CCH, taking the first match.
Cheap. Sakura is a very strong character. Don't let anybody tell you any differently. It was really strong control from Chris CCH. There were moments where it could have been easy for him to get flustered and kind of let JB steal back the show. but he was able to recollect himself and stay composed enough that he could run Sakura's game plan just like this. Big crush counter, followed up with the V skill 2, and now he's already got him into the corner. We're not even 10 seconds in.
Yeah, but in Rashid fashion finds a quick way out of there. JB really cautious too of these sort of ranges, especially for that light kick that Sakura can really throw out and challenge. So I like this this game plan here. Activation though, make the Tatsu safe.
Oh, and there he was ready. Fighting against a high-level Rashid, if you're going to make it far, you have to have the challenges on reaction against the EX whirlwind shot. That's what you can do. It's not a real block string. But if you're not ready for it, they're gonna take that in spades, and Chris CCH wasn't letting it.
Absolutely not, and not letting him go without a fight here. EX falling through, going in with the throw though. JB not down out for the count yet. Spends the rest of his meter. Going in with the chase down. One hit either way.
Oh, and there it is again, the God button. Reminding me of shades of stand medium kick from Evil Ryu's Street Fighter 4. If you need to close out a round and use something that your opponent has no answer for, use stand light kick.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you about earlier. JB is really like conscious of that stand light kick prior to the round, but man, getting clipped with it, and is such a strong tool. It buffers into so many other options.
Yes.
All right, activation time though for JB, looking to find his way out of the corner.
Okay, doesn't follow it up. There he does that time, has more frame advantage off of that spinning, or that whirlwind shot. But there is the EX, there's the big crush counter, and now he's got to be getting close to, and they're right back at you. Unhand me, I've got an EX DP too.
Yeah, looking to bait something here. All right, I like that answer too. Yes. He steps away from a sticky situation. Does not want the pressure. Again, roll under, but oh no, the punish.
Yes. And just the right range. And I really have to say, like, you were hitting the nail on the head, Flexus. JB presenting that option with the V reversal away from that EX Tatsu activation point is so strong. Sakura's love to use that now because it gives it's a surefire way in unless they have an escape route V reversal. And it gives you a ton of plus frames, but JB wasn't letting him have it for free. And there was 2 situations like that where he used it. But that stand light kick is gonna be enough.
Yeah, and again, it's such a strong tool in Sakura's tool belt, or toolbox. Yeah, toolbox.
Belt works.
Yeah, you know, wherever she puts her tools, I don't ask questions. But right now, using those tools to her advantage, but JB got the quick answers to it.
Ooh, no whiff punish there. Just out of range, but gets a little bit of chip damage for his trouble. And now we're back to neutral. Sakura trying a little bit to walk her way in, find the right range. Hopefully she can get some sort of confirm. But JB's not giving it to him for free. He's holding his own, counter poking correctly, and spacing himself out such that she can't get in.
Absolutely. JB, again, really conscious here of those sort of counter pokes. He does not want to get clipped, but he's going to get zoned out. He has to be really careful here. And it looks like he's trying to wait for an opportunity. Oh, but the crush and a huge screen carry. Wake up, though.
Yeah. Again, there's the activation off that V-Skill 2, but they're right back at you. I've got meter to spend too, and here's an activation point for your trouble. And there is a big chunk of damage. Jumping back, but there it is. He has presented that option 3 times.
Yeah, and it is and it is landed every time. But this is a risky situation here. All right, JB landing it, but not enough to follow through. Chris CCH setting himself up for match point right here.
Yeah, JB tried for the optimal side switch combo. You know, that's something that does work in V-Trigger, but I think maybe just the timing was a bit weird that it ended up dropping, but it cost him the whole round and maybe the match. He's going to really have to dig deep here if he's going to recompose himself.
Oh no, drop the EXDB. That was so unfortunate. Gonna get a big punish for it. JB getting, oh, that was a nasty cross up. That was straight bullying. I can tell the teacher after that one. That was mean.
All right, get the best Oki there and baits him out with the shimmy neutron. Low medium kick into the eagle spike. And here is JB's chance. He's clawing back, trying to put a game on the board, hopefully stealing this momentum back. But Chris CCH is not going to let him have it.
Again with the confirm on the light kick is so strong, but close to stun here for JB. Oh, a beautifully timed anti-air from Chris CCH. This is a lot of damage here, and Chris CCH has a huge life lead. Plenty meter, doesn't even need to spend it. The man secures his spot into grand finals for the run back against Nephew.
Yeah, with the quickness, that was a quick 3-0 in his favor. JB played great tonight, but you know, watching the places I've noticed it the most, watching JB and Chris CCH and JB and Luigi, just the pace that they're playing at, it's so quick fire and so back and forth. It's hard to keep that up for, you know, 3 games, 2 games, 4 games, whatever it is, trying to eke out the win. It's hard to match that pace the entire time. And, you know, just this time around, it was in Chris CCH's favor. And next time it could be different, but right now he is the one moving on to get that rematch, like you said, in grand finals. Is he going to be able to keep all of the steam in his engine going into this final match?
Yeah, it's going to be a lot, that's for sure, going into grand finals to face off against Nephew. And mind you, too, Chris CCH also has a very strong Seth that has won him countless tournaments time and time again. And Seth is still, even with a little bit of a... Yeah, Seth is insanely strong in this roster. Like, oh, going in with the Sakura mirror.
Damn.
Neff has a Sakura?
Round 1.
Did he hand the controller over to Punk? What is
I know.
this?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, that's for sure. But I'm just like surprised here. And the other interesting fact is that Neff is running Chris CCH's usual costume, so a lot of fun to see it, that's for sure. Oh, looks like Charles is educating me. It looks like Nephew does play a lot of Sakura, so not a new match up for him, that's for sure, and not a new character, but the EX.
Yeah, Chris CCH right now is running away with this. Maybe feels a little disrespected. And there is the EXDP to take the first round, barely losing any life. 1 round in Chris CCH's favor.
Yeah, and mind you, Chris CCH coming in from loser's side, so he has a long way to go. But Neff not looking to give it to him just free yet. All right.
Spacing
great
out
anti-air.
Yep, there's the Crouch Fierce anti-air. Oh man, he thought that was a surefire punish off that max range Stand Fierce, but just a little bit late on it. I think the range is fine, just a little bit late on it. And now stun is right there. Nephew making sure it's not going away.
Nope. Ooh, the V-ship, but gonna get caught there, backing up. Really unfortunate for Neff, looking to find the confirm. Nailing it there.
Okay, and there is the big conversion. Gets the corner carry with the forward throw. There's another one, and Chris CCH could steal this back. He's just out of range. Oh, he stayed in front. I thought that was going to cross up. I got hit.
I got hit too. That was risky. Now, I'm curious to see if we're going to have Neff stick with the Sakura, or if we're going to see Chris CCH, or I'm sorry, if we're going to see him bust out something else. Obviously, Chris CCH has to stay with the Sakura. Yeah. He doesn't get a choice in this matter, but you know, it's gonna be interesting to see what Neff's choice is. Sticking it out.
Okay. I respect it. He honestly didn't play terribly in some.
No.
I think it's just a matter of a lot of steam left in Chris CCH's tank, and also I'm sure he just knows this matchup inside and out. So maybe a little bit of time to download is needed for Nephew.
Yeah, certainly, especially because you're playing against yourself. You know, you're not just playing against a different character. But Nephew making some changes here, putting some damage on the board, sending Chris CCH to about 50% health, but Chris CCH is close to follow.
Ah, yes, and there's the big, oh wow, okay, there's the the EXDP right back at you. I can do it too. And there's the activation off the sweep, and now he's got the corner control. He's got the offense in his favor. No conversion off of that. I love that jump back medium punch to keep him in the corner.
Absolutely. Chris CCH, ooh, catching on the dash back. I like that answer there.
Oh, he's just
no.
I respect the attempt, Chris CCH. Don't let that deter you. That was a good option, good reaction, but unfortunately fell short that time.
Yeah, Neff just read through it. Very unfortunate there for Chris CCH. Neff finally putting a round on the board. Again, abusing some of Sakura's great range that she has.
Backing out of range, not getting hit by that stand heavy punch. Ooh, just a little bit late on the punish for that up fireball. And now back to this poke heavy game, harassing in neutral. Nephew getting the better end of this, and now he's one hit away from stun.
Yeah, so close. Activation though, make that save, going in with the back throw, wants to get rid of the stun meter. I don't blame him. All right, he gets a corner pressure situation going. Oh,
yes, right back at you. Oh, he dropped it.
Oh,
that's
no.
a ton of damage. Look at this. There's a cool 300 damage. Corner carry gets the throw position, but there's the EXDP, not quite enough.
yeah, but Nephew has to be careful because Chris CCH has a ton of meter to play with here. Break on the throw. Oh no!
If there's one thing we know about Chris CCH, he is not afraid to bust it out.
Yeah, absolutely not. All right.
Oh,
nice.
That time it actually fully connected. Nephew's got it on deck.
Yeah, Nephew, you know, says, let me show you one. But Christy stays with a cross up, got the corner carry here.
Okay, counter hit down jab, finds its mark, gives him the opportunity for the 3-piece. Okay, and there's the activation again, using the new activation route to its full advantage and forcing that pressure situation mid-screen.
Yeah, and Nephew gets a great confirm here. A lot of big damage.
Oh, that could have been a huge jump and just a little bit late on it. There is Nephew's EXDP keeping the offensive decision on his side, but there is an activation point from Chris CCH, and now he's in control.
Absolutely. Nephew backing off again. Does not want to get clipped there by that light kick. I don't blame him, trying to stay out of range, especially because he doesn't have a ton of meter to play with here. So nice confirm.
And oh, the patience. And wow, the single hit confirm off the down medium punch. And there is the dash up throw. Chris CCH was not quite ready. Nephew puts one on the board. And now he is locked into Sakura. So I wonder if perhaps there will be a change from Chris CCH going to Seth.
I don't know. We'll have to
G?
see here. Yeah, maybe. We'll definitely have to see here. It looks like sticking it out with Sakura throughout the tournament. Going back in one across the board, but again, Chris CCH on loser side, so he's got a long way to go.
Ooh, man, another confirm off that down medium kick. You don't see that a lot from Sakura's. Not in this game. In Street Fighter 4, that was a thing. In this game, you don't see it a whole lot.
No, absolutely not. And a great jump in, though, that you do get to see from Chris CCH here, but counter with the EXGP from Nephew. Activation time.
Push back to mid-screen, and now the stagger pressure. And there is the counter poke, buffered into that enhanced fireball, and now Chris CCH is sitting in the driver's seat, and that's all she wrote. There is the stun. Build as much meter as you can, end it with the DP. Round in favor of Chris CCH. It looks like he made the adjustments he needed.
Yeah, and that's the importance here in such a high-level match against basically your mirror. You have to make the micro adjustments in your gameplay to adapt against your competitor.
Ooh, I like that. The counter hit, crouch jab into the crouch short. Okay, and again, racking up that stun. It's not going anywhere. Maxing out the range so he doesn't have to hold quite as many plus frames there, and that life lead is becoming insurmountable, it seems.
Yeah, slowly chipping away at it, but again, Nephew's only a couple hits away from death here. All right, V meter out though. Small confirms.
Oh, keep your hands to yourself. I play footsies from a range that frankly you can handle, but it has to be the right button. And stand light kick from Sakura is dominant. It's enough for Chris CCH to get the buffer, and now he's up 2-1, right?
Yeah, up 2-1 right now. And again, Chris CCH, you know, has to go for the bracket reset, so he has to get this next one in order to even things out. But Nephew's sticking it out with the Sakura, and I don't know if I'm surprised at this point because it seems like it's slowly starting to work for him. The gears are slowly turning, but he's got to continue. Great jumping, but just not able to connect anything off of it.
Okay, speaking of a connection, there is that big crush counter into that big corner carry. -2 situation, not letting him quite take his turn back, but there's a crush counter right back from Nephew, pushing him back out of the corner, giving him that chance to fight towards the other side of the screen, and now he is sitting pretty.
Absolutely. One hit from stun for if you're Chris CCH right here. finds his way out. Doesn't get any confirmed, but gonna get the activation point and rid of his stun meter. Oh no!
Fell on it, and look at the damage. There is a big chunk of red gone, but there is. Oh my god! I cannot believe he did it. There was no activation from Nephew, and Chris CC wasn't ready.
I was scared. I was scared for Nephew there. I'm not gonna lie. I saw him throw that out, and I was like, Neff, what are you doing? You don't have V-trigger, my dude. I was scared for him, but he pulled through. Taking another round, but it's gonna have to continue this momentum here. Great anti-air from Chris CCH, trying to follow it up.
Okay,
close to stun.
Heavy Tatsu. And now back to throwing these fireballs, and Neff is willing to throw them right back. He's building a chunk of meter. He's getting space, and there is the big jump in. A little bit too predictable on his fireball timing.
Absolutely, and the chase down here. Nephew going in with activation time, but getting clipped on the low, and Chris CCH closing out the round.
Hitting that conversion right at the right range, able to follow up with the heavy punch DP, and now he is at set point to reset the bracket back in his favor and put Nephew down in losers, so they're both fighting on equal footing.
Yeah, so it really could go either way here. Nephew definitely gonna have to feel the pressure, but talk about pressure. Chris CCH putting it on with this fireball play, but Nephew isn't having any of it. Got confirmed on the light kick. Great anti-air chase down.
Yes, I love the buffer DP off of that dash up. And now stun is sitting right there, and Chris CCH forced to go for the EX DP to get him off, and that was just a little bit late on that jumping attempt, but gave him the activation. Anyways, look at this damage. Holy crap.
I know, his health dwindled away, almost at even, going with the throw. Oh, activation. Oh, he's dead. Oh man.
First of all, somebody has to clip that. That combo wasn't, that was the Yurio combo. Shout outs to Yurio. That is something he has pioneered last season. But that damage was insane.
That was ridiculous.
That meta view, but man, not quite enough. Nephew getting the side switch after the errant jump in and then closing it out. And now we are at 2-2.
Yeah, and Nephew slowly inching his way in to take it, but again, Chris CCH not going to go down without a fight here. Going with the throw.
Stagger pressure. There's the frame trap Tatsu, but the crush counter. Nephew has been finding the better exchange of pressing these heavy buttons at the right times in the ranges that he needs to get the crush counters, and it's paying off in spades.
Ooh, nice clip there from Chris CCH. Again, a second time around, chasing down, gonna get the stun here and gonna set him up for reset point.
Yeah, just a couple of decisions in his favor. Nephew guessing wrong, and that's what can happen with a character like Sakura. She's such a snowball, such a potential for an avalanche of offense, that if you're making errant decisions, it's gonna hurt.
Absolutely, but Nephew not going down without a fight, going in with a chase down for the V-shift, challenging and close to stun, one hit away. Activation time though for Chris CCH, does not want that. Oh no!
And look at this damage.
Yeah, this is big damage.
Oh, okay, saving a little bit of the V-trigger so he can make sure he can end it if he gets the right opportunity. I respect it.
Yeah, looks like maybe a chip situation here if he can get it, but the throw will do it. Going in with the reset. Got 3 more to go, Chris.
Yep, strap in. Make sure you've got your coffee on deck, because it's in for the long haul. You earned it, but you aren't quite at the finish line yet.
Nope, it is definitely a marathon here for Chris CCH, but gonna pull it back. Now I'm curious if Nephew's gonna stick it out with Sakura. I mean, he's continuously gone with it so far.
Right.
So, I mean, again, I'm curious to see if he's gonna bust it out, or if going to change things up. Rose won him the tournament last week, so maybe we'll see the Rose come out. Rose not a terrible pick against Sakura, and Colleen, I think his pick for Colleen sent him into losers, so kind of interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, You know, I don't think he has to change, but it's about what he's comfortable with and what he feels more. And yeah, like I was just gonna say, you know, he definitely wasn't losing because it was Sakura. Just there was a little bit of a pacing difference that he couldn't quite match, and you know, a couple of EXDPs that got punished big time. And speaking of a punish, that misconfirm off of the stand being punch in the V skill, but there it comes right after the crush counter.
Yeah, that was a big hit there from Nephew. Trying to even things up, but again, Chris CCH really playing at his own pacing. Doesn't like Nephew in his face too much. Going in with the throw though, got the corner pressure. Again, staying at the optimal place, right a little bit behind to catch a jump in. All right, activation time.
Yes, and now that enhanced fireball to keep that pressure in the mid-range, to keep things close and comfortable. Dropped the confirm. And now Nephew is struggling a bit. He's got a long haul to climb if he wants to try and bring this back. And it's not gonna come. Chris CCH finding his mark after that down medium punch into the stand light kick. And now he is at the opportunity to keep momentum in his favor.
Yeah, this is the big thing here. You have to break Chris CCH's momentum, and it is looking like a tough task for Nephew. Chris CCH going in great round start and keeping this corner pressure. Has a fireball on deck.
Nephew, okay, yes, he's really been using that stand roundhouse a lot to just build space, get some pushback out of the corner, and there he found a jump in opportunity, but another situation where Chris CCH is ready to fly off the handle with that EXDP to take back his turn.
Going in with the throw again. I like Chris's approach here for the corner pressure, but it's just not enough. Nephew back now. Nephew gonna activation time.
Okay. Oh, big crush counter. Okay, not enough to kill. Gotta guess again, and he was ready with the down fierce for the anti-air, and now he's getting this situation, this corner control, and Chris CCH has to be careful here. Is that life lead is dwindling?
Yep, but it is still going to work out in his favor, taking the first round with the EX Fireball, it looked like.
Yeah, Chris CCH just really doing what he can to not give Nephew the opportunity to slow him down. I guess that's been the name of the game, right? There was enough contention back and forth in that first set that when he could finally win the whole thing, he's just kept the pace up in the second game and not allowed Nephew the opportunity to make adjustments and you know, put the pace back towards him.
Yeah, again, this is about breaking momentum here, and Chris CCH is not letting that happen. Tried to go for the shimmy, but Neff finds his opportunity out of the corner, but activation time, big damage is coming.
And more importantly, that corner position, there's the activation. EX Tatsu's all over the place, flying off the handle, and there's a good chunk of damage back at mid-screen now, out of the corner, and now he gets the chance to fight for real.
Absolutely, and finally get the life lead here in this situation, but again, really conscious because Chris CCH still has a little bit of V-trigger left. Finally out, trying to play neutral.
Oh man, that actually reached. It didn't drop. There was enough frame advantage after that little gap that the EXDP would keep hitting. And now we're back to the sweep range. That mid-screen.
The challenge.
Yes. What awareness from Nephew.
Wow, I like that answer there from Nephew. That was really interesting because he knew at that moment that, okay, if I let him steamroll me, he's going to keep this pressure going, so I'm going to throw him. But stuck in the corner right now, he's got to keep this pressure off of him. Finds his opportunity.
Okay. Challenged afterwards, and there's another crush counter. It seems like that has been the tail of this set. How many stand roundhouses are going to hit their mark in a counter hit state?
Yep, trade out the fireball there, but looks like Chris CCH is gonna get the sweep advantage here.
Okay, now we're back to this mid-range. Again, using that stand roundhouse, poking at just the right range, but the fireball interrupts at that time, and there is the confirm off the crouch medium kick. You know, Chris CCH got tired of seeing Nephew do it. He's like, all right, I can show off for the people at home too.
Yeah, but hey, I got one of those as well. Check it out. Not like I'm playing the same character or anything.
Right.
Great confirm on the low there. We're really seeing Chris CCH abuse that light kick, and I love to see it because it's such, again, it's a great tool in Sakura's tool belt.
Hey, good chunk of damage, corner carry. There is the counter hit confirm. Okay, and we are one hit away from stun, and that's enough. Getting that cancel off the stand fierce into the EX Fireball. Chris CCH going up 2-0 in dead-ass finals.
Yeah, it is, you know, last match potentially of the night for Chris CCH if he can take it. And that is a long run, you know, to go all the way through winners, get sent down into losers, and then back up and have to bring it all the way back. So potentially, you know, last match here for Chris CCH if Nephew can't even the playing ground.
Yeah, it really takes a sense of stamina, and for Chris CCH to be able to do this and maintain this level of play, and you know, right there, that is a situation that if the roles were reversed, he hit that stand roundhouse that close. If it was Chris CCH blocking that, he would have punished with stand light kick. But Nephew, not being a Sakura main, he didn't know the range.
Yeah, and that is going to be the big issue here. Is Chris CCH is a Sakura main. Nephew might have played a lot of her, but can his knowledge hold up against Chris CCH right here? Great crush counter, going in with a full screen or half screen carry.
Ooh, big jump in. This is a ton of damage. Decides not to use the uppercut, saving it for the Oki, and the stagger pressure is racking up, but there's the activation of the EX Fireball.
Yep, evening things up here. Could be one hit does all. Back throw, just a pixel of health remains, but the EXDP gonna carry him just a little bit further. Backing up.
Didn't have the confirm, but he blocked the overhead anyway. A little bit of drama just to make it close. Nephew wanted to give the people a show. Now he has a round on the board, and this could be what it takes for him to get the control back in his favor and actually bring this back.
Yeah, it's really, really dicey here if you're a Nephew, because it will not take a lot for Chris CCH to take his momentum back. So you got to maintain this. Getting clipped with the EXDP there has a great range.
Okay, a little late on the punish there, but now back to this counter poke, using that stand roundhouse to harass, really, you know, bringing out the shades of his Colleen there, finding the right range that he can throw out those long, heavy buttons to keep them at bay. But finally, EX Fireball landing its mark and getting Chris CCH the knockdown, but he challenges the dash interrupt.
Yeah, activation time here for Chris CCH, going in with the throw and keeping this corner pressure going. This is a dicey situation here if you're Nephew. Even with all that meter, you've got to do something. You don't want to be stuck in the corner. Wow. But that back throw is gonna do it. This is a tournament point right now for Chris CCH if Nephew can't pull through.
Yeah, he's really gonna have to dig deep if he's gonna find an answer for the way Chris CCH has just been kind of surgically pulling him apart in neutral. You know, it doesn't matter how many stand roundhouses you throw, it doesn't matter how many low forwards you confirm. I'm able to control neutral, and once I get you in the corner, it is lights out. And there is a big read in his favor. Look at this damage, 45%, and he's got him in the corner, and this is not quite stunned. It's sitting right there, though.
Ooh, but we have Wake Up EXDPs ready for you, baby. Going and getting clipped on the low, though. Nephew, got to be careful because he still has tons of stun and not a lot to sacrifice.
Oh, man. But the down jab finds its mark into the EXDP, gets the side switch, but he tries to bait out the throw attempt, and the neutral jump doesn't land its mark. And harassing with that stand light kick gives him enough of an opportunity to close it out with the cross up short. Chris CCH is going to be your Wednesday Night Fights episode 16 champion, bringing it back from an early loser's deficit.
Yeah, man. And talk about such a huge comeback, too, from Chris CCH, because Nephew sent him down into losers with his Colleen. So, interesting pick there to continue to go through with the Sakura, even though it wasn't really working towards the end, because that was a pretty, I mean, Nephew got a couple rounds here and there and one match up on the board. So, really, really unfortunate, but still played extremely well with the Sakura. Definitely had me fooled. And again, too, Chris CCH, not a huge surprise to see him win grand finals, because we've seen this time and time again, but it just goes to show how strong of a competitor Chris CCH is. So huge congratulations again to Chris CCH for taking the tournament tonight. And of course, huge congrats to everybody who competed and brought in the work for top 8. It was a lot of fun to watch. So make sure you guys go check everyone out. Go follow them on their social media, on their Twitches, their Twitters, everything in between.
Yeah, and one last time, guys, just want to give you a big thanks, a big sign of appreciation for really bumping up the match Reno tonight. $114 is a good turnout. We really appreciate it. The players appreciate it. Valle and company appreciate it. Hopefully you'll keep showing support through Match Reno. The players need it. We need it. So thank you for using up those codes. Thank you for donating. But we are going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Where can the fine folks at home find you on social media, Flexus? Let them know.
All right. Well, if you want to hear the nonsense that I have to say or see me on mic, you guys can go check me out on Twitter at Flexus_. I also stream every Tuesday and every other Thursday over at Flexus__ on Twitch. I usually do Street Fighter open lobbies and hang out with everyone. I'll be commentating tomorrow for Digital Havoc, hosted with Incendium. And then this weekend as well, there's a really awesome tournament going on to raise money for a great charity for Dynacure. So you guys can check that out. But I'll be posting all over that. But where can people go and hear the good word of you, Mr. Mustaflis?
Yeah, so just as you see it spelled there, I do have a very active Twitter account that I use at Mr. Mustaflis on Twitter, and just the same on Twitch. I usually stream 3 to 4 times a week. Basically, actually, I think I've only ever streamed Street Fighter 5, but you can follow me there as well, twitch.tv/Mr. Mustaflis. But just like Flexus was saying, I actually have a couple of commentary opportunities coming up too. So Saturday, I will be commentating an event put on by LLJB3s, doing a beginner, I think like gold level tournament that I'm going to do commentary for. And then Sunday, I will be doing top 8 for the Dynacure event that Flexus was talking about. So you will see that on both of our social medias. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're hanging out with us. And hopefully you guys had a good time. Have a good night, folks.
Adios. See you next one.